Hi guys, Black is here. And I'm getting ready to be all over the place, okay? First of all, let me tell you how this started, how I got to this, okay? I have a YouTube fan. I'm not gonna call his name. I'm not ashamed. If he wants me to call his name, I will, but I'm not gonna call his name. He asked me the other day, did he have to line up his car after changing the CV axle? And I said, I don't think so. Most new cars, you don't. So I think he told me he has a Ford Escape. I think he told me that. Well, anyway, I looked up Ford Escape axle, and I'm watching a video made by a brother that look like he does mobile mechanic work or whatever. So I'm watching this video, and I pretty much watched it to the end, and I decided to click on his name, his channel, whatever, and see what other videos he had. And I was skimming through the videos, and one of them was about a Hyundai, and it was talking about he replaced the knock sensor, and it was a P1326, and it did not fix the problem. And it got me to thinking about something. It seemed like I made a video about a 1326. So I went to my channel and went in the little keyword and put 1326. The video came up. And I think the video is 3 or 4 years old. And I was trying not to call the person's name that I was talking about because he watched my channel, but he don't watch my channels anymore. No, not because he's mad with me, because he passed last year, I think. Is it early this year or last? I think last year he passed. Well, anyway, we grew up together. He and I was friends. We were the three mustard. I can't even pronounce the word. Him, another guy named Robert, and myself, we all hung out together. Okay. We all had something in common. We all loved cars. We all had mother and fathers that lived in the same house. We all had siblings that was on drugs. My sister was on drugs. Danny, the guy who died, his brother was on drugs. Robert, his brother was on drugs. So we all had something in common, okay? Anywho, see, I lost my place now. Well, anyway, I watched the video, my video, and the thing about Danny was sick. He was on, I think they call it dialysis stuff, so he wasn't in his best health. And Danny had always been somebody who didn't quite tell the truth. But I did notice when we was young, I knew he wasn't quite right, but I didn't notice until we got older that he had a problem telling the truth. Well, anyway, Danny had I think it was 2017 Hyundai Sonata. In that video, I just said it was Hyundai, but it was a Hyundai Sonata. And it had I think it was a 2.4, 2.5 or whatever. It had like 180, 185 horsepower. So I wanted to drive this car, and I wanted to see what a four-cylinder felt like with 185 horsepower. Because, I remember the M3 way back, the first M3 that came to America anyway, and it had the little 2.3, and I think it had like 180, 190 horsepower or something. So it's 2.3 or 2.5. Can't remember. But anyway, the point I'm making is this. I wanted to drive and see what it was like. So anyway, I ain't even left the parking lot, and the freaking check engine light, not check engine, oil light comes on. So I checked the oil, there's no oil in the car. Well, anyway, I say all that. A few days ago, I was watching the Car Care Nut. And I haven't watched any of his videos in a while because he sort of kind of pissed me off because he's two-timing. What I mean by that is he's one way one day and one way another day. Okay? He always brings up God in his video, and he wants everybody to have a blessed day and all this. to me, anybody who brings up God in video, to me, is a crap. I just don't have any respect for them, all right? But anyway, let me stop on that before I get a yellow flag, if I ain't already got it. He replaced the engine in some Lexus that had like 66,000 miles. He said the original owner bought it brand new, put like 40-something thousand miles on it before he changed the oil. Okay. Now, here's the problem I have. His video, he tell people don't go by what the computer or what Toyota wants you to change your oil. He said you need to change your oil every 5,000 miles. Check this out now. If this guy's car went 40-some thousand miles before he changed the oil, now it messed up because it only went 60-some thousand miles and they had to replace the motor or whatever. But what I'm getting at is this. This guy went 40-some thousand miles without changing his oil, okay? But then he tell people, don't listen to Toyota and change it every 10,000. That's the problem I have. He telling people, oh, change your oil at 5. If you want your car to last, folks, if you want your car to last, don't listen to Toyota, the people who made the damn car. Listen to me. You need to change your oil every 5,000 miles. Bull crap. Bull crap. My F-150. Yeah, I know it's not a Toyota, but it's damn near close. Bought brand new. 28, 29 miles when I got it. I've been going by the computer. I change my oil when it get to 15 or 18%. The last time I changed it, it was at, I don't know, 100,000 miles. I think it was 100. I put it in the description. I can't remember right now. It's about 100,000 miles. So it's just been recent. I had put almost 9,000 miles on it. Now, my computer, it adjusts when to change it adjusts the percentage, okay? So in other words, one oil change, I might go 7,000 miles before I get to 20%. Another time, I might go 5,000 miles before I get to 20%. So apparently the computer adjusts to the way I drive, okay? He tells people don't follow the computer. Just change it every 5,000 miles. Now, there's a guy channel, I don't remember his name, but he was talking to somebody that works for Stellantis or whatever, and they was talking about the new Hurricane engine. And they were saying that this engine, because of the new technology or the way engines are built a lot more tighter, they can go farther without changing the oil. He said it was 100% safe to go 10,000 miles in that new Hurricane 6 of them that they making. Of course, he was saying, don't listen to him. Go every 5,000 miles. Again, my truck has right now 104,000 miles. Don't smoke. Don't use any oil. I don't put any oil in my truck. The last time I changed oil, I had went about 9,000. If it wasn't 9, it was 8,900. But it was damn near close to 9. We'll just say 9,000 miles, okay? I didn't put any oil in it. Was it low? Less than a quart low. Less than a quart low. Okay? Don't use any oil. Don't smoke. And when you go 9,000 miles, and you ain't putting no, they have to put in the oil in your truck, it don't use in the oil. Yeah, it use some, but technically it don't use in the oil. All right. But what I'm getting at is this. It just pisses me off when he say that. You know, he tell people don't go the 10,000 miles that Toyota recommend, but yet this guy went 40-something. Yeah, he messed up the motor, but the point I'm making is he went 40-some thousand miles without changing his oil. All right. If he can go 40,000 miles, yeah, it killed the motor. But again, if he can go 40,000 miles, you can go 10,000 miles, okay? And what the engine went to 6 and 6, and it was still running. It was just using the oil and knocking, but it was still running. So my point is, you can go 10,000 miles. I'm gonna tell you the main thing you need to do, and this is why I made this video. One of the reasons I made this video is, it's not that people go 10,000 miles that kills the motor. Is when they go 10,000 miles and don't check their oil. And that's something else I want to talk about. They say that the new inline six from Chrysler don't have a dipstick anymore. It has a computer to tell you when it needs oil or whatever. And a whole bunch of people raised the hell, oh, that's just stupid. The majority of people don't check their oil. I say that again. The majority of people don't check their oil. Now, I check my oil, but I'm not the majority. So I can see why they quit putting dipsticks. Because people ain't checking the oil anyway. So what's the point of putting dipsticks? Now, yeah, there's a lot of people like myself who check the oil, but to be honest with you, with the newer cars, it's important. It's still important to check oil, because I heard that the 5.0 V8 and F-150, I heard they use oil. I've heard. I don't know. I never kept one long enough to check it. But I guess you need them. But whatever, man. Something else I was going to say on this subject, I can't remember. But yeah, it bothers me when he tell people change the oil every 5,000 miles. You wasting your money. No, you know what? When I first got my truck, the first oil change was at 7,600 miles. The damn oil was still brown. It was still brown, but according to him, you gotta check it you gotta change it every folks, change your oil every 5,000 miles. May God bless you. Again, my truck had 7,600 miles. The first time I changed, and the damn oil was still brown. Okay? I don't remember what the percent, it was probably 20%. At least 20%, probably less than that. But again, I'm at 104,000 miles. It don't using the oil. I crunked it up the other day, and I was looking at the tailpipe the whole time. No smoke came out. And it had been sitting for a few days because I have been driving my Golf. But something else I want to say, I know it's a long video, but I just got to say this. The Cadillac DeVille, now I see why it was smoking so bad. The cylinders, like I already said this before, the cylinders were worn out. So why didn't it smoke before? That's what's crazy. Why didn't it smoke before? Because the rings had worn into them cylinders. So they were keeping it. It was using oil, but it wasn't smoking. So when I put the new rings in there, the new rings are perfectly round. The cylinders are not perfectly round. So oil shoots past the cylinder and it smokes. Also, I learned this from the Car Care Net. That Lexus, he was showing how the pistons were moving around in the cylinders. You could hear them clicking around. My Cadillac was like that. But I thought it was okay because it wasn't smoking before. And I figured that the new rings were going to solve the problem. But again, because the cylinders are not perfectly round, the new round rings made it worse. Made it worse. But anyway, I just don't feel like messing with it right now, but I'm planning to take the engine out again, and I'm going to take it apart, take it to a machine shop, and try to get new cylinders put in. I'm going to try, because I want that block to work, even though I've already proved to you guys that you can stop the engine from overheating by drilling out one bolt hole, not 20. You don't have to put studs in there. And again, I said I plan to buy another Cadillac DeVille as soon as I can, if I can get it cheap. I'm going to take that one apart and rebuild it. And I'm going to reuse the original head bolts, because on my Cadillac, I reused the original crank bolts. I just couldn't torque them. I think I torqued them to 40. So in those little bitty bolts. So if you can torque the crank bolts to 40, you should be able to retorque the head bolts to 50. That's all I got to say on the subject. Have any questions, comments, leave them.